तथापि अपने
Just
जीवा
to
को जो है पवित्र
purify my
करने के
tongue,
लिए दो शब्द आप लोग
I
के
would like to
सामने
express a few words today
बोलने के लिए प्रयास कर रहा हूँ। टूटी फूटी भाषा में जैसी भी बोलने के लिए प्रयास कर रहा हूँ।
in the language that I don't
आप
know very
लोग
well.
महान हो,
You all are very nice,
ये
you are very merciful,
कृपा रखते हुए
that you are giving mercy to this fallen person, Adham.
हृदय में प्रेरणा देंगे,
So the inspiration in the heart is coming today,
जिसमें हम अभी अभी श्रवण कर रहे हैं
and we just now heard
रामचंद्र की अपार
about
महिमा,
the
विशेष करके
mercy of Ramchandra,
आज भारतवर्षों में
especially in the whole India.
उत्सव चल रहा है।
A huge festival is going on
अयोध्या में
in Ayodhya.
राम मंदिर के निर्माण,
The Ram temple is being inaugurated, and the Pran Pratishtha of the deities of little baby Ramchandra, all that is going on right now. People from all around the world,
बहुत भक्त लोग भी
many devotees
पहुंच चुके हैं।
have gathered today.
भारतवर्ष में जितने भी मंदिर
In
हैं,
India, there are many
सभी
temples,
मंदिरों में
and in all those
कितने
temples,
सुंदर
there is like a very beautiful
सजावट हो रहा है।
decorations going on.
सभी के एक ही उल्लास और आनंद की लहरियां चल
There's like
रही हैं।
waves of bliss going all around in the
यहाँ
heart
तक
of
भी
every Indian, and to all the devotees.
रामलला
Even
की
the Ram Lala,
प्राण
meaning little
प्रतिष्ठा
Ram, baby
और उत्सव
Ramchandra,
के लिए
his Pran Pratishtha
कितने
and festival,
अनुदान आ रहे हैं,
many
इसके
arrangements are
वर्णन
being
करना कोई
done.
संभव
It's
नहीं।
like so nice.
शायद आप लोग
You can
यूट्यूब
see
में,
on
फेसबुक
YouTube
में,
and media, you can
टीवी में
check
भी
in
देखते
television,
होंगे शायद।
maybe you can check.
कितने बड़े बड़े अगरबत्तियां भी
They have created big incense sticks.
कितने देखे होंगे शायद।
You can see on
कितने
the
बड़े बड़े
internet.
अगरबत्तियां भी
They created big
हो
incense
चुके हैं।
sticks
कितने बड़े बड़े
and
घंटा
big
आदि भी
bells
अष्टधातु की जो है
made with different type of metals. Huge bells are
और
being
राजनी कितने
there
मिठाइयां
and there are like countless number of sweets.
आ चुका है।
Everything is ready, and
आनंद उल्लास लहरियां चल रही
they're like waves of ananda in the heart of everyone.
हैं। कुछ समय तक
Because for a really long time,
प्रतीक्षा कर रहे थे सभी लोग,
everyone was waiting for this
क्योंकि
moment.
हमारे भारतवर्ष की
Because
सभ्यता
the culture
संस्कृति
and tradition of India,
एक अपूर्व है, जिसको
it's
वर्णन
like
करना
unique
कोई
and
संभव
unparalleled.
नहीं।
It's not possible to express it
क्या
in
वर्णन
words.
करें?
How to express?
ये अयोध्या कोई साधारण वस्तु नहीं है।
Ayodhya is not an ordinary
इसके
place.
संस्कृति कहा जाता है।
It's called Sanskriti. It's like culture.
भारतवर्ष की सभ्यता संस्कृति की यदि
If you start to discuss about the culture and tradition of India, the main thing, the root of the Indian culture is like Ayodhya. The name of Ayodhya is coming.
दायिका इस
The
स्थान
Moksha
की
Dwaika.
अयोध्या की नाम आ जाता है।
There are like a few doors that lead to liberation, and there are like many places.
श्रवण किया।
Like you heard recently.
ये सात जो है
There are seven
मोक्ष दायिका के स्थान है।
doors of like liberations.
काशी कांची,
Ayodhya, Kashi, Kanchi, Ayodhya,
अवंतिका,
Avantika,
मथुरा,
Mathura,
दारावत्ता,
Dwaravatta,
माने दारावती दारिकापुरी,
meaning Dwarakapuri.
ये समस्त नाम
All these
ये
names
साधारण
are
स्थान
coming.
है।
These are not ordinary places.
आज से करीब
From
8
around
करोड़ साल पहले
80
भगवान
million years
मर्यादा
ago,
पुरुषोत्तम
the
रामचंद्र
Maryada
प्रकट हुए
Purushottam
थे,
embodiment of
जिसके
rectitude,
लघु
Lord
भागवतम
Ramchandra,
ग्रंथ
appeared
में
in
विशेष
Laghu Bhagavatamrita scripture. It all is coming. It all is explained.
जैसे
Like in
दापर युग में कृष्ण नहीं
every
आते,
Dwapar Yuga, Krishna does not appear.
उसी
In
प्रकार
the same
भगवान
way,
रामचंद्र
in
भी
every
और त्रेता
Dwapar
युग में
Yuga,
नहीं आते।
Ramchandra does not appear in
भगवान
every Treta
रामचंद्र जो
Yuga.
प्रकट हुए थे
When Ramchandra appeared,
24वां
it was 24th cycle of
चतुर्युग में आए।
Chatur Yuga.
ऐसे वर्णन
It all is explained like this.
अभी वर्तमान क्या चल
And
रहा है?
right now, what is going on is right now is the 28th cycle of Chatur Yuga. For this regard,
मैथमेटिक्स के अनुसार
if you
कैलकुलेशन करके
calculate as per mathematics, you calculate so from around
8 करोड़ साल
80
पहले भगवान
million years
रामचंद्र
ago,
प्रकट हुए थे।
Ramchandra appeared.
इसके कैलकुलेशन है बहुत सुंदर।
You can calculate.
काल की गति बहुत चलती रहती है।
The speed of time is like this.
तो भारतवर्ष के इतिहास तो कितने बदल जाते हैं, कैसे कैसे बदल जाते हैं।
So the history changes over time and many things change. So I'm saying my point is this, that Ayodhya is not an ordinary place. In reality, it is like the very special thing for India, the glories of India. It's a very beautiful divine place because Gurudeva, many times he took us to Ayodhya and we took darshan. What is Lanka? It's Vikriti. It's like artificial, something from the external. Surpanakha, and what is all this? All this is it's like exaggerating, like we just heard. What is mantra? In reality, if we think who is mantra, who is like manipulating others, insisting others to commit crimes. So all this is being explained. Only this is true, but if we try to compare and analyze it and symbolize it in today's existence world, then what is it? So Kishkindha, this is nature. Like it Valmiki Ramayana, beautifully Valmiki is explaining like this. The main Ramayana was written by Valmiki. In Sanskrit, it was written. By the mercy of God, he had realization, and Rishi Valmiki, he manifested the scripture. Very beautiful poetic language he created this. If we don't study Ramayana, in reality, we cannot enter the path of bhakti. Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad also, he explained, if someone wants to enter in the pure bhakti, then definitely that person must study Ramayana. Because Ramayana is like the main thing in our culture and traditions. We are forgetting culture and tradition slowly and slowly. Sanskrit is called dead language almost these days. Nobody knows it. But in reality, the beautiful kathas of Ramayana, you should study. And you should apply the learnings in your life. See, Ramacandra, he established Maryada in this whole world. There's like a Raghukul Riti, like the people of Raghu clan are ready to die, but they never break their promise. Love for mother, love for father, love for brother. Ramachandra's relationships and the example Ramachandra has set for everything is like unique and unparalleled. All the characters in this Ramayana, all the hero and heroines, it's like their all life character history is like unique and unparalleled. Like the Prabhuji just also explained, people of this world, they blame KK, but in reality KK has no fault. This is just a pastime being executed. Just to make the pastime happen in this world, all this is going on. Very beautifully explained. Gurudeva also used to explain in his katha. Gurudeva used to say, example set by Ramachandra and the Maryada of Ramachandra, the social etiquettes, the way he lived, and also Dashrath Maharaj character also very beautiful. Ramachandra, he explained the glories of his father to Lakshman, to Bharat, and he was telling how religious my father was. He was very generous and he would always spoke the truth. And he was like firm with his words. We will listen these kathas slowly and slowly, because Ramayana is not ordinary thing. Lakshman Shatrughna, the character of Lakshman is like so sweet. He's like a pure example that shows us the responsibility of a servant, how a servant should be. Such is the beautiful character of Lakshman. And Bharat's character is even more sweet, more beautiful. And Shatrughan character is also very nice. Very, very nice. And Mother Janaki Sita Devi, what to say about her? Like Didi recently just explained, Sita Devi, she broke the instruction given by Lakshman. Lakshman, he created a boundary, a line for her not to cross. And Sita Devi, what did she do? She crossed that boundary. And there are many, many teachings there in this. If Sita Devi, if we see from the material perception, there is no fault of Sita Devi, because in Indian culture and tradition also it is coming. If a sadhu comes in front of your door, you should not, like you must give them something. They should not go empty-handed from in front of your house. And second thing, the Leela was meant to be happen. Leela was meant to be done. And the pastime needed to happen, and it's very beautiful this is. And who was that? That Sita was Chaya-Sita, the shadow Sita. In Brahma Vaivarta Puran, beautiful explanation is done there. The pleasure potency of Ramchandra, you can say, or the Sarup Shakti, Sita Devi. How can Ravan touch her? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to south of India, and there was one Brahman. He was very sad and upset. Mahaprabhu said, what happened? He said, Prabhu, my Prabhu, how can the Ravan, this demon, touch Sita Devi? Then Mahaprabhu expressed 2 shlokas and he explained to that person. And he also gave evidence that Ravan, the Sita that he abducted, who was that Sita? Who was she? That was Shadow Sita, the Chaya-Sita. In Brahma Vaivarta Puran, all this explanation is there. Many people don't know about this. They have not studied about this. That's why people say something that is not relevant to the scriptures, but Mahaprabhu gave evidence. This all is very, very nice explanation. Because there is Leela also, like killing of Ravan pastime and the work that Ramchandra wanted to do in this world, because you have to fulfill all the works and responsibilities, right? And Sita Devi agreed to this herself, and she entered the demigod of fire, and then a shadow Sita came out from the fire. You can see like this. Lord Ramchandra, he knew everything. Why did he started to run after the demon Marich, who disguised as a deer? Did Ramchandra did not know? Did he not know? This is just like pastimes. They're doing pastimes just as like human. Very beautiful pastimes these are. That's why in Ramayana, if we take darshan Shravan, if we hear about Ramayana, then our heart will melt and we'll cry. In Gurudev, when with Gurudev we used to travel around the world, for example in Holland, Gurudev himself, he used to watch that serial and he used to cry. Watch that TV series in around 1987, 1986, the Raman and the Sagar. He launched a series, the Ramayana. When he released this, you must know all this, and not even in India, like all across India, then many people watched that. And on every Sunday, even though there were traffic jams, because people were sitting with television projectors nearby the roads, everyone was watching, offices were closed, and the whole India was watching every Sunday that series, because who does not have taste for the Katha of Ram? It was so beautiful. Very beautiful it was. And I was recently
राम
listening
की जो रामानंद सागर के जितने भी थे करीता अधिकांश जो किरदार
the actors in that series.
एक्टर जो है
The actors in that series of Ramanand Sagar, some actors they have passed away.
रावण भी चले गए,
Ravan died, Hanuman has passed away.
दारा सिंह जो है,
The Dara Singh, he was the actor who played the role of Hanuman, Dara Singh.
रावण की जो क्योंकि
Because
वास्तव रूप में
in reality,
देखा जाए,
if you see,
रामायण एक अपूर्व ग्रंथ है.
Ramayana is like a unique and unparalleled scripture in itself.
इसलिए कहते हैं,
And that's why they said,
एक श्लोक में पढ़ता हूं.
I'll read one shloka now.
राम रक्षा कवच में लिखा गया.
It's like Ram Raksha Kavach, like protection of Ramchandra spell.
शतकोटि प्रविस्तरम एकैकक्षरं पुंसां महापातक नाशनम. चरित्रं रघुनाथ शतकोटि प्रविस्तरम एकैकक्षरं पुंसां महापातक नाशनम. 100 करोड़ लोगों के द्वारा
100 crore shlokas, this scripture was manifested. More than billions. Like even every letter, every word was so powerful. Every word has the potency to destroy all the sins. That's why it is written here.
शतकोटि प्रविस्तरम एकैक अक्षरम पुंसां महापातकनाशनम.
For even once, just chant the name of Ram. Anyone, if you chant the name of Ram, very beautiful this is. Tulasi ji in Ramcharitmanas, he explained this. You cannot chant the name of Ram. Okay, you can chant the Mara, right, which is the opposite, like the reverse of that letter. Mara, Mara, Mara. And it's like, if you chant that, then that's it. That's enough. So this all is being explained because if you chant Mara, 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 so it's like Ram name is coming. Because the glories of the holy name is like this. In reality, if you have mercy of Ramchandra, only then we can enter the path of bhakti. Gurudev used to say himself, he was a devotee of Ramchandra according to his tradition and life history. Param Gurudev first was the devotee of Ramchandra, and by the mercy of Ramchandra he got association with the devotees of Krsna and he became like this. Previous acharyas are also explaining like this. You see, the glories of Ramchandra are unique and unparalleled. And I'll tell you one more few words. Valmiki Ramayana was written in Sanskrit firstly, but Tulasi in Hindi language very easily and very nicely he explained everything in Hindi language very, very nicely. It's like 7 parts, Sat Khand, like 7 parts. He divided it into 7 parts. Very beautiful it is. The word Khand, it means, we say 7 Khand, means like 7 sections, 7 stages, 7 stages. To attain bhakti, you have to move from one stage to the next stage. We have to walk slowly. Tulasi ji, first, in Bal Kand, he explained Bal Kand, like how Ramchandra appeared in this world. If we don't have like a nature like a child, and we cannot enter bhakti. It's like children is without hypocrisy and duplicity. A person is hypocrite and duplicit, they can never get bhakti. So this first stage is like this. Bhagavat is also explaining. Nirmatsa sadhu. And Tulsidas ji like this, starting from Balkan, like the birth pastime of Ramchandra, signifies this. To attain God, first what do you need? You need a pure heart, without hypocrisy and duplicity. First thing is this. Like if body gets dirty, you can wash with water. And if there is dirt in the heart,
कैसे धोए,
how to wash.
शरीर में हमें कीचड़ लग जाता है,
Like if there's some mud on our
मैला लग
body,
जाता है,
if it's
उससे
dirty,
हम क्या करते थे?
what can we do?
पानी से धो
We can
देते
wash it with water.
किंतु मन में
But
यदि
in the
किसी को
heart,
कालीपन आ जाए,
if there is some
संकुचित
dirt,
आ जाए,
like hypocrisy,
तो कैसे धोए?
duplicity, how to wash that?
बोले एकमात्र प्रभु के नाम के द्वारा।
Only by the holy names you can wash.
सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रोहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रोहिए। विधि के विधान जान हानि लाभ सहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम 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 कहिए। एक आशा राम जी से दूजे आशा छोड़ दे, एक नाता राम जी से दूजे नाता छोड़ दे। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम 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 कहिए। सीताराम 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 किया वो भीमान जो भीमान नहीं पाएगा, होगा प्यारे वही जो श्री राम जी को भाएगा। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम सीताराम। ओ एक आशा राम जी से दूजे आशा छोड़ दे, एक नाता राम जी से दूजे नाता छोड़ दे। सीताराम 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 कहिए। मुख में राम नाम राम सेवा हाथ में, तू अकेला नहीं प्यारी राम तेरा साथ में। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम सीताराम। साधु संग राम नाम अंग रंग रंगिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम 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 कहिए। जाए विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रोहिए, जाए विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रोहिए। जिंदगी के रोर सो हत बिना नाच के, तू अकेला नहीं प्यारी राम तेरा साथ में। सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम 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 कहिए। जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रोहिए। सीताराम 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 कहिए। कितने सुंदर पवित्र मधुर नाम है राम।
Very beautiful, pure name is of the Lord Ramacandra. Very easy it is, very nice.
राम जी की गाथा महिमा
The Katha of Ramacandra, everybody knows about his glories.
इतने सुंदर,
Such are his
राम
glories.
कथा जो है इतने मधुर, मधुर चरित्र, हृदय के रुलाने
It's so nice. It's like it will completely melt your heart. The Ram Katha is like this.
सरस करना है,
If you want to purify your heart, then as like a child, we should be like clean as like a child, and we should listen to Katha of God. That's why Balkan signifies this, the first stage, that we should have like a nature as like a child. So how Ramchandra did beautiful pastimes when he was a little baby. Tulasi Dasa through in 7 shlokas, he like explained these 7 Khandas, like it's only 7 shlokas he explained. Gurudeva also glorified the way he has written. You all know this, right? Balkand is something like this. We should have nature as like a child. In Ayodhya Kand, the renunciation, the mood of renunciation is coming, the katha of renunciation, like sacrifice, giving up. So much sacrifice and renunciation is being expressed here because love is a thing, prema is a thing. Prema did not see the happiness of themselves. Prema is like this. If the lover is happy or happy, if he is sad, they are sad. Even in material love, you can see the material love. If you love someone, we have to sacrifice some things for our lover. If you love do you love your son? You have to give your time to your child. You say, oh mother, you did not take us there. Oh father, you did not give us time. You have to give up and make time for your child. So this material existence like this. First we should understand the love in this material love. Then we can try to understand transcendental love. This material love, we call it jada prema, like material prema. This is true or not? If you love someone, you have to like sacrifice some things for them. Even if you don't have time, you have to make time. If you don't have money, you have to give them money. You tell me, see, sacrifice is like this. Sacrifice for love and friendship. And in Kishkinda, in other kandas, in other stages, in very quickly I will explain these 7 stages, 7 kandas. Sadhana, the process, like very, very strong sadhana. Like Ramchandra expressed this, like Prabhuji explained. To follow, obey the instructions of his father, Ramchandra, he went to exile. So much renunciation. Sadhan meaning process. Barefoot Ramchandra, he wandered through all around the forest. And even the Jagat Nandini, the daughter of like a huge, very big king, her lotus feet. Lakshmi and all other demigoddesses glorify her lotus feet. Sita Devi. Today Sita Devi also, with her husband, she is without any shoes, without any slippers. They both are going barefoot in the forest. In some thorns were also hurting the feet. The brother Lakshman, see how glorious he is also. If you say, exile was only instructed to Ramchandra, it was given to Ramchandra. Why did Sita and Lakshman go with him? This question may come. The big scholars and acharyas, they explain, no, it was for all the 3. It was for them, because as per Sanskrit, it was given for 3. From outside, it was just for the exile for Ramchandra for 14 years. From outside, the text is coming. But if you break down the Sanskrit, in reality, there is a word, special word. There it was sentenced for all the 3 to go for exile. So Mantra said to Bharat, hey Bharat, I have thrown away all the obstacles in your path. People who are opposed from you, Lakshman, he would have opposed you, he is gone. And Sita Devi also has gone. Now you are free to become king. So mantra, what is this? Aitle, manatra, like the mind is always like shivering. Unstable mind. And they're like manipulating others. Very beautiful king family. It was royal family. It was in Mantra. What did she do? With the blink of an eye, she destroyed the whole family. Ramayana Katha is so beautiful. It is or not? The glories of Ramchandra is coming like this. Keikei, she thinks she has very nice mood towards Ramchandra. And Keikei is giving so many donations. When the Ramchandra appeared, when he was his coronation ceremony was announced that he will be crowned the king, she was giving many donations. She was very happy. You can see, you might have seen in Ramayana. You would cry if you see. He was very happy, giving many donations to everybody, that Ramchandra is becoming king. But see, the cycle of time is like this. The demigods were thinking, if Ramchandra, if he becomes the king, then how will the coming past time and leelas will happen? That's why the demigods themselves, In Puranas it is explained. Devtas said to Maya Devi, do one thing right now. Go right now. Go in the heart of mantra and sit there. Inspire her heart and completely. Like there's like a dice when we play, which flip. Like completely flip her mind. Demigods requested this to Maya. And see, Maya herself, she entered the heart of mantra. A beautiful Ayodhya was decorated. Everyone was celebrating with zeal that Ramchandra will become king. All the citizens were celebrating in the kingdom of Ramchandra. Because Ramchandra will become king. It was so blissful thing. Even from a blind person to a handicapped person, all the people were in Ayodhya celebrating this big moment. All the holy waters from all the places it was there. Many rishis, all were there ready to crown Ramchandra the king. They all were waiting for Ramchandra to enter in the assembly. The ceremony time, like the Brahma Muhurat time it was, everyone was waiting for Ramchandra. And see, in the meantime, Mantra, what did she do? She completely manipulated KK. She said, KK, you are doing so many things for Ram, you know. Kaushalya, she will become the queen and you will become servant. See, she was manipulating like this. The very beautiful katha is explained like this. And then KK said, Mantra, you tell me, what should I do now? She said, the time is almost up. Almost 1 second was left. With the blink of an eye, everything changed. See, the earthquake, just like an earthquake. What happens in an earthquake? In 1 second, everything is flipped, like everything is destroyed. In 1 second, just like we're sitting right now, anything can happen. See, in Gujarat, in Bhuj, there was like a very huge earthquake. And many people died. Anything can happen anytime. So Mantra said, okay, KK, what are you thinking? With the blink of an eye, everything can change. And Mantra, she said things like this. He said, see, you had 2 benedictions you can ask from Dashrath Maharaj. Now is the perfect time to use that thing. Ask 2 benedictions from Dashrath. From one, you ask to send Ramchandra on 14 years of exile. First, you ask this, and in second benediction, you ask him to crown Bharat the king of Ayodhya. And at the same time, Dashrath Maharaj with Ramchandra, he was speaking something to Ramchandra. He was explaining how to manage the responsibilities of a king. Dashrath Maharaj was explaining this to Ramchandra. In the same time, KK came. KK sent one of her servants and asked her to call Dashrath Maharaj right now. Then Dashrath Maharaj came. And as per Mantra's instructions, KK, she threw all her jewelry away and she put very poor clothes, torn clothes, and she was sitting. See, all this is coming like this. See, this pastime is like this. When Ramchandra was small, you know, like Prabhuji explained, this is true. Gurudeva also used to express this katha. One day, KK, she was feeding sweets to little Ram baby Ramchandra in her lap, and she was expressing so much love and affection. At the same time, Ramchandra said, Mother, Just give me one benediction. What do you want? She said. When I will be about to be crowned the king, when my coronation ceremony will come, just ask these two benedictions from king, from my father. Ask from one benediction, you ask me to send, ask for me to send on exile for 14 years, and second, you ask him to crown the Bharat the king. See, this Leela is coming like this. Ramchandra asked himself to Mother Kaikeyi. So very beautiful pastimes are like this. First I said, people blame Kaikeyi, but in reality it's not true. Because everything is happening by the desire of God. He's like the Leela Purushottam. He's doing Leelas. And yeah, she asked two benedictions from Dashrath Maharaj. In one, she asked for Ramchandra to be sent on 14 years of exile, and second was to crown Bharat the king of Ayodhya. See? Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas is explaining. Dashrath Maharaj did not speak anything at that time. And the rishis, they were ready to welcome Ramchandra and crown him the king. The rishis were waiting. And the time is passing by. They were saying, Go Ramchandra, call your father. The rishis said to Ramchandra. Then Ramchandra went in the room of Kaikeyi. He saw Dashrath Maharaj was very sad, and his head was like facing down. How can a father say to send an innocent person to a forest on exile? If there is a criminal, you can send them, you can give them punishment. But Ramchandra had no fault at all. How can you punish him or sentence him something? Was there any fault of him? Dashrath Maharaj could not say anything. What did Kaikeyi do? Your father promised me to give two benedictions and I just asked for them. From one benediction, Ram, you have to go, you have to dress as a saint and you have to stay in like the forest for 14 years on exile. And second benediction, I asked that my child Bharat to be crowned as the king of Ayodhya and he will sit on the throne. After hearing this, Ramchandra became very happy. Tulsidas ji is explaining Ramcharitmanas, Ramchandra became so happy. Ramchandra became so happy. Oh, very nice. Why? Ramchandra is saying, look, there's like a sattvic mood in living in forest and getting association of munis. Ramchandra became very happy and living on the banks of holy rivers like Ganga. Very nice. In scriptures it is coming. So where is sattvic vas? Like sattvic life is in forest. Mood of goodness. There. Will accept sattvic things like sattvic food and fruits. We'll eat like fruits and vegetables in the forest and we'll get association of Muni and Rishis. Sadhu Sangha. We don't want to be in association of Sadhu, but Ramchandra is saying himself, I'm so blessed. I'm so fortunate. The explanation is coming like a little child. If you give new clothes to a little baby, what will the baby do? He throws away the old clothes. With very happily they throw down their old clothes and they wear the new clothes. Very nice. Ramchandra became very happy. Oh, only this. Thank you so much, mother. But Dashrath Maharaj did not say a word. You say, Ram, did he say, Ram, you go to forest? But because
देखो ये कथा स्वयं
he promised already to
रामचंद्र
gain.
लक्ष्मण ने भी समझाया।
Ramchandra, he also explained this to
लक्ष्मण
Lakshman.
इसे सुनते ही तो इतना
When Lakshman
विद्रोह कर
heard
दिया।
this, he became very angry.
ये पिताजी
He
कैसे?
said, how can a father do like this? How can he send my brother Ramchandra to exile? Okay, you can give kingdom to somebody else, no problem. But why send him to forest?
एक अपराधी की जो है,
Because this is like a punishment of that is sentenced to a criminal. It's like throwing someone out of the kingdom.
रामचंद्र
Like
कौन सा अपराध किया?
Ramchandra has not done anything, you tell me.
किंतु भगवान
But
रामचंद्र
Ramchandra is like this.
और भगवान रामचंद्र लक्ष्मण की भी
Ramchandra, he said to Lakshman, Lakshman,
यदि एक बार यदि हमारे पिताजी के लिए तुमने
if you say a one wrong word
ऐसे
and
कुछ
speak
शब्द
anything against my father,
तो
even one, then
होने के योग्य नहीं
I will give you up. I will give you up. You are not my brother
देखो
anymore.
लक्ष्मण ने क्या किया?
Then Lakshman, what did he do?
रामचंद्र की चरण पकड़े प्रभु,
He grabbed the feet of Ramchandra. He said, oh brother,
मुझे
please don't do this.
यहाँ पर राम, कहाँ पर लक्ष्मण?
Wherever there is
जहाँ
Ram,
पर
there is
लक्ष्मण,
Lakshman. And wherever there is Lakshman, there is Ram.
कितना सुंदर,
Very beautiful this is.
लक्ष्मण एक बार नहीं,
Lakshman not once,
तीन बार जो है
2 or 3 times he became very angry and he went against Ramchandra. He became very angry.
देखो कितने
See,
सुंदर रामायण जी हम
in
पढ़े,
Ramayana if we read,
गुरुदेव इस कथा को सुनाते थे।
Gurudeva used to explain this katha, I remember.
रामचंद्र की जो रामनवमी जो है उसके
On
आगे
Ram
पीछे
Navami,
लेकर
around that
एक
time,
महीने तक
for 1 full month, Gurudev
वाल्मीकि रामायण जो है
used to speak about the
कीर्तन करते थे।
Valmiki Ramayana. He used to do
कितने
kirtan of
सुंदर एक
Valmiki
गहरी
Ramayana.
गहरी कथा को जो है
Very beautiful,
पूरे
deep,
वर्णन
deep
करते
kathas he was
हैं।
expressing through
सुंदर
this.
राम की कथा है।
Beautiful Ram katha. And Gurudev used to cry himself sometimes.
लक्ष्मण जैसे भाई किसी को है?
Does anyone have a brother like Lakshman? Tell me.
भविष्य में
Never in the past and can never be in the future. So for service of Ramchandra, he gave up
इसलिए तुलसीदास
everything.
जी भी रामचरितमानस में भी लिखते हैं,
So Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas is writing,
चाहे सुख
servants want happiness.
और दासनी चाहे ऊर्ध्व गति। मैं भूल गया पाया, इसको पढ़ रहे हैं।
Just I'm trying to remember this verse.
सेवक कोई चाहे जो मुझे सुख प्राप्ति हो,
If a servant wants, I want to be
और
happy.
दासनी,
And Vyasani, meaning?
माने एक शब्द कहा दिया जाए,
There's a word for
असती जो है, वो परागति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
Like can they get the benefit? No.
बोले पृथ्वी के जैसे दोहन करके दूध प्राप्ति होता है, नहीं होता। रामचरितमानस में
In Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas is explaining, he's expressing the glories of servant like Lakshman. He's expressing the glories of the service done by Lakshman. And Sita Devi, very beautiful character she has. For service of Ramchandra, Janak Nandini, the daughter of Janak Maharaj, she went to forest. She did not even oppose once. Many people said to her, Sita, don't go. Ramchandra said himself, Sita, where will you go in the forest? There are many thorns. There are many demons, many wild animals in the forest. How will you survive there? But Sita Devi said, no, my dear husband. Wherever there is Ram, there is Sita. Very beautiful katha is this. Many obstacles in the forest, but Sita Devi said, oh dear husband, wherever there is Ram, there will be Sita. Very beautiful and pure katha this is. These pure, beautiful characters are being expressed to us as a learning. Ramcharitmanas is such a beautiful scripture. Different stages being expressed like sadhana. Very hard process was followed. The fourth one, Kishkindha Kand. I told about 7 stages, right? The fourth one is Kishkindha, the friendship. Ramchandra, with Sugriv, he had beautiful friendship. This also was explained. Bali asked, you might know, when Ramchandra, he shot an arrow towards Bali from the back. Bali asked this question. You are a Kshatriya. They fight from front. They don't attack from behind the back. Why did you shoot me behind my back? Because the people of Raghu clan, they are fixed with their promises. Ramchandra very beautifully he explained. He gave a very nice example. Ramcharitmanas Tulsidas is writing. Bali, I know. Even if Vishnu comes in front of you, then automatically you have benediction to get half of his powers of any enemy that comes in front of you. I know. So I attacked from the back. Why? It is written there. One who misbehaves with the brother's wife, or those who misbehave with the woman, they deserve to be killed. They are like terrorists. Those who misbehave with women. Whether you hit them from behind the back, in the front, up, down, anywhere, you can. The rules of war don't apply. You just have to kill the person anyhow. Bali was not ordinary. Ravana also came once to fight Bali. He said, "Fight me, fight me." All this katha is being explained. In the end, when Bali said to Ramchandra, "Prabhu, please forgive me," Ramchandra said, "Bali, you asked for benediction. I'll give you back your life." Bali said this thing. It's a very beautiful thing. For many lifetimes you can do many things, but it's very hard to remember the name of Ramchandra at the time of death. Many munis for thousands of lives they do tapasya. Janam, they do following process for many lifetimes, but at the time of death they are not able to remember the name of Ramchandra. Or the time is almost up, isn't it? So very beautiful all this is. Janam Muni. We take initiation for 2 days and say, Gurudev, nothing is going on. What will happen? Nothing is working. We take initiation for 2 days. After 2 days we say, Gurudev, nothing is happening with me. Are do some bhajan. Gurudev used to say. I'm not saying by myself. Gurudev used to say. Janam, many lifetimes. The munis are doing hard practices, and at the end of their life, they are not able to remember the name of Ramchandra. Ramchandra, not possible. Very hard. It's not easy. Even a parrot can chant the name of Ramchandra, and when a cat attacks the parrot, what does the parrot say? Does he chant the name of Ram? Parrot say this. He makes bad sounds like this. Ta, 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 ta. That's why Bali is saying, Prabhu, give me this benediction. That I take your darshan and I keep my head on your lap, chanting your names. I want to die. I want to leave this body like this. This is teaching coming here. Very beautiful kathas these are. See? Lord Ramchandra with Sugriv, he maintained his beautiful friendship. And then Sundarakand, very beautiful kathas are there in the next stage, fifth one. In Lanka Kand, it is coming. There are different Kand. What is in Lanka Kand? It's like very trouble. There are many struggles come in the life. It's not decorated. Everything is not decorated and ready for you. There are many kind of struggles, problems, troubles, they will come. And you have to face them all. Ramchandra also explained with his example. It wasn't easy to defeat his enemies, but Ramchandra was completely capable to do this all easily. But yet, Ramchandra, he took help of Vibhishan or not? To kill Indrajit, who can kill Indrajit, the one who has
लक्ष्मण ने
defeated
इंद्रजीत
Indra?
के वध किया,
Lakshman
लेकिन
killed
कैसे वध
Indrajit,
किया
but how?
ये भी दिखाया।
This is
स्वयं
also
विभीषण ने भी
explained.
बता दिया
Vibhishan explained,
है,
told
जब
them.
कौन सा कुंभ
When
नहीं, जब इंद्रजीत
Indrajit,
देखो इसमें जब वो यज्ञ कर रहे थे,
when Indrajit was doing fire sacrifice,
यज्ञ कर रहे थे,
he was doing fire
उसमें
sacrifice at
लक्ष्मण को
that
भी बोले,
time.
लक्ष्मण इस
He said to
समय
Lakshman, and this
तुम
time is the
इंद्रजीत
perfect
को जो है
time
ये करो,
to kill
आक्रमण
Indrajit.
करो,
You attack him
ये तो
right
बहुत बुरा
now.
है, ये तुम इंद्रजीत को
If
भी
fire
मार दिया।
sacrifice is finished, you can never be
तो
able, you will never
लक्ष्मण
be able to kill
14 साल
Indrajit.
तक
Lakshman for 14
कैसे
years,
ब्रह्मचर्य जीवन
he
पालन
lived
किया,
like a
14
brahmachari.
साल तक जिन्होंने नारी
He
मुख
did not
दर्शन नहीं किया,
he did not
14
look at the
साल
face
तक
of any
जिन्होंने
woman. He did not
भोजन भी नहीं करा
eat anything.
है, और 14 साल तक जिन्होंने
For
कभी
14 years, he did not
सोए भी नहीं,
sleep as well.
अनाहार न निद्रा,
No food, no
वो भी तो
sleep.
इंद्रजीत के वध कर सकते हैं।
A person who has not done this for all 14 years, only such a person can kill Indrajit. And Lakshman was the perfect person for this.
लक्ष्मण कोई साधारण,
Lakshman was not ordinary.
इसमें लंका कांड में भी
In Lanka Kand, this is
कितने
coming.
सुंदर ये सब का वर्णन
Very
है।
beautiful.
हमारे
This all is
तुलसीदास जी
explained. Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas.
ऐसे से सुंदर वर्णन करके
He explains so beautifully everything.
और उत्तराखंड में
In Uttarakhand,
है,
in the next stage,
मंगल मंगल
all auspiciousness is there. Very
है,
beautiful.
छह खंड की जी विशेष कहा गया,
The 6 stages, 6 kands, the most special one is this
बहुत
Uttarakhand.
सुंदर लव कुश की कथा,
There's Katha of love and Kush.
है, कैसे कहते हैं, हम लोग कहाँ से आए, सीता देवी की
Like, where did we come from? So the exile of Sita
वाल्मीकि
Devi,
आश्रम में
she went to Valmiki Ashram, she stayed there.
ये
See,
सब तो दिखाया गया है, निर्दोषी,
she had no food, she did not do anything. She was innocent.
दोष नहीं था, रामचंद्र स्वयं जानते थे,
Ramchandra knew himself,
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम,
Maryada Purushottam,
लोकरंजन प्रजारंजन रामचंद्र,
who was thinking always the benefit of his citizens. He knew everything. But he's teaching.
लोग सीता देवी के रामचंद्र के ऊपर दोष लगाते हैं,
People blame
सीता
Ramchandra
देवी के जब दोष ही नहीं था,
that if there was no fault of Sita
पति
Devi,
स्वयं ही जानते हैं, हमारे
the
पत्नी जो
husband,
है
if the husband knows
सती
that
साध्वी,
my wife is innocent,
तो रामचंद्र
then
सीता देवी के
why
क्यों बनने
did
वाले?
Ramchandra send Sita in the forest? Why did she go to Valmiki Ashram? You tell
आप
me.
स्वयं जानते हैं,
You
अपनी
know
पत्नी कोई दोष नहीं है,
that your
निर्मल
wife
चरित्र है,
is innocent.
आप तो स्वयं
She
जानते
is
हो ना,
pure. You know yourself, right?
हाँ बताओ,
Why?
उसमें रामचंद्र कह रही है सीते,
Ramchandra is saying Sita.
सीता देवी स्वयं कहने रही, रामचंद्र
Sita
कह
Devi
रही
said,
सीते तुम्हारे कोई दोष नहीं,
Ramchandra said, Sita, you have
मैं
no fault at all. I
जानता
know.
हूं, है? किंतु
But
मैं जब राज सिंहासन में बैठी तो शपथ ग्रहण किया,
when I sat on the
एक
throne,
राजा के
I took
कर्तव्य
an
कैसे
oath.
होता है,
What is the responsibility of a king? He has to live like as a sannyasi, being absorbed to completely towards his responsibility.
तथापि रामचंद्र को सीते
But Ramchandra said,
वनवास नहीं देना नहीं था,
Sita, I did not want you to send to
तो
forest.
सीता देवी रामचंद्र के
Then
बुला
Sita Devi said to
कहते,
Ramchandra, said, Prabhu,
पतिदेव सुनिए,
husband, listen.
आपको मैं याद दिलाता हूँ,
and I will
ये
make you
जितने हमारे
remember. See,
पूर्वजों की जो आप मूर्ति देख
all
रहे
these
हैं,
ancestors you see in the deities here, all
साक्षी देंगे, विटनेस
they
देंगे,
will give you witness.
एक राजा के कर्तव्य क्या है,
They will teach what is the responsibility of a king.
सुख सुविधा देखना,
And the responsibility to only think of the happiness of the citizens. What do the citizens want?
राजा क्या है, प्रजाओं के प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं,
He's like making the citizens happy. What do the citizens want?
देखो कितनी सुंदर, स्वयं सीता देवी,
Sita Devi herself, she said.
गुरुदेव ये सब कथा भी सुनाते थे,
Gurudev used to explain this katha very nicely.
और ऐसे सुंदर है, सीता देवी वाल्मीकि आश्रम में कैसे रहे,
Sita Devi in Valmiki Ashram, how did she stay? Very purely she resided there.
संतान को भी जन्म
She gave birth to 2 children, Love and Kush. Love and Kush katha is also coming.
कितने सुंदर,
Very
कैसे
beautiful.
छोटे बच्चे को कैसे पालन पोषण करती थी,
She was taking care of those little babies. You can see in Ramayana,
अपने आप
your heart will melt automatically. You will cry. You will cry or not?
जनक नंदिनी सीता,
The daughter of Janak Maharaj.
देखो कैसे पानी भरती थी,
She used to take the water out from the well.
वन देवी के रूप में परिचय दिया,
She expresses herself as Vana Devi, the demigoddess of forest. She expressed her identity as Vanadevi. Love and Kush, they studied everything from Valmiki, and they were very, very nice scholars in all type of war arts and everything. They expressed the glories of being born in the Raghu clan. See, you must at the time of horse fire sacrifice, they catch the horse, Ashwamedhyagya, sent by Ramacandra, and they defeated everyone. They even caught Hanuman, they trapped Hanuman to make him as a witness. See, Ramacandra asked, you little children, how possible? Why did you catch this horse? Then they said, it is written. It is written on this horse that this is the horse of Raghuvansh, and one who will stop, then they will fight. So, are you alone? Are you the alone? We are also Kshatriya. We have our pride. That's why we stop. Now Arati time. See, very beautiful katha this all is. Katha of love Kush and everything our acharyas have expressed. I just told everything quickly. Expressed. Jai Jai Shri Ram.